Danny Flexen here for Seconds Out with GB Super Heavyweight, a super heavyweight if you like. It's super duper in Frazer Clarke. Frazer, how you doing?
All good, mate. Tired, but we're in that grueling phase of camp now, so I'm ready for my bed. But
You're kind of the veteran on this squad now, although you're still, 28? I think you turned last week, in fact, so happy birthday, belated happy birthday. But yeah, kind of a young veteran on the squad. You've been here through so many major championships now. What's it like being the kind of young father figure, if you like, of this young squad?
yeah, it's good, I've seen them all come, I've seen them go. I've seen the good ones, I've seen the bad ones, I've seen everyone have good times, bad times, Olympic champions, world medalists, European champions and whatnot. But it's been good, but it's my time now. I'm sick of seeing everyone else do well. I'm ready to jump into the limelight and hopefully claim a world medal and go on to the Olympics and do the same.
We'll come to that in a minute, but what you've just said kind of prompted a couple of questions in my head. First of all, who's the best you've seen pass through this gym in all your time?
My God.
And don't dodge it.
My God. Can I give a few? Can I give two? Or do you want one?
Go on, give two.
Andrew Selby. I used to look at him and just think, wow, he does certain things that I just don't know how he did it. He was just very reactive. Everything was off reactions, and he was great. And it's just crazy because you look at his career now. I don't think it's gone as he planned, sort of. But when it comes to the amateur boxing, at one point he was almost untouchable. And then I'm gonna go for one of my current teammates, Pat McCormack. I think he's the best we've had for a long time. So good, so effective. He's one of them fighters that, if you put him in with anyone in the world, I'm going to back him to come out the winner, come out victorious. So I'd say Andrew Selby. And for me, at the minute on his current form and over the last couple of years, since Rio, the way he's improved, I'll say Pat McCormack.
A slightly different question: who's the most talented you've seen who didn't achieve as much as they could have?
Fred Evans, Olympic silver. Effortless boxing was a walk in the park for him. It was effortless, and it's a shame. I'm not sure what he's doing now. I don't get to see it out. I've seen him a couple of times, since he left the squad and stuff. But I just know that his name should have been in lights. Should be doing big things, and it just never really happened for him. But I think that's the way it goes. It just proves that you need to get your surroundings correct. You need to get the people around you correct, and have that good head on your shoulders and listen to the right people.
You said earlier that it's your time now. It kind of alludes to the fact that in the past you've had competition at your weight, first from Anthony Joshua, of course, and then later Joe Joyce. How does it feel now that's kind of been lifted off your shoulders and you are kind of the main man for GB at super heavyweight now? Does that make things easier, or is there more pressure because you're the only one?
Well, I'm glad they're gone, let's put it that way. But no, it's a real difficult one because I've always said this, and I'm just dead on it. I think I'm coming back into my best form now, and it's took a long while to get there. Since Joe left, I was always used to chasing someone, which I enjoyed. I could give myself that extra bit to chase someone, and I sort of, very admittedly, I was told this by someone who was close to me and knows me. I got comfortable. And it can happen, and it did happen. It's only now, after looking back and having a few honest conversations with myself, that I realise, being the number one, it means nothing unless you are acting like the number one, going and getting the results. On paper, it means nothing in this sport. You have to go out there, get the results, do the training, prove why you're number one. So, it took a bit of time in the cycle. But I'm there now. I know what I need to do. I'm leading by example. I'm the super heavyweight, the biggest lad on the squad, and the most experienced. I'm trying to lead by example, and just do that extra bit.
Was the European Games result a big part of that kind of wake up call for you?
Huge. This was the conversation actually. It was with my girlfriend's dad, who's actually one of my club trainers now. So, them words he said to me, "Oh, you've got comfortable," it just hit home. It was so right. It was right, and I was like, oh my God, I'm not doing what I should be, And my friends, I've got a couple of close friends, Like my best friends, two best friends, they're brutally honest with me, and they was quick to tell me that I wasn't living the life, I wasn't doing things right, and the build up to the European Games is so different to the build up to these World Championships that I can see now, looking back, that wasn't even worthy of preparing to go to a club in a local social club, let alone the European Games. So it's a learning curve, and that's my learning done now. That's my mistake out of the way. Time to go and really push on and excel now.
Just want to take you back a bit. A couple of things I read about you in the build up to this. You were a victim of knife crime. I think it was December 2016. Your daughter had just been born, but you ended up in hospital. Just tell us a little bit about that and what effect it had on you going forward in terms of combating knife crime.
Yeah, so it's something I'm passionate about now. It's become an academic, I suppose. It's that rife at the minute, this knife crime business, and it's pathetic, and I say it all the time, so cowardly, and I think people in the young generation, I just don't think they realise the effects it has. But for me, it was just a night out. Supposed to be a fun night out. Alcohol was involved, which always dampens the mood, and always make things. Nothing good ever comes out of overdoing the alcohol. So I learnt a lot from that, and I got into an altercation, a fight. Which I just thought was a fight. I thought it was a typical fist on fist, and there's not many people that are going to beat me at that. It didn't turn out that way. I was stabbed 3 times during the scuffle, and it just opened my eyes to how lucky I am and how easy it is. I might not got to see my daughter grow up, so I'm very thankful for that. But this knife crime thing, it's got to stop. It's getting worse and worse, and it's leaking down from the big cities to the small towns where I live, in a small town. It's not big, it's not clever, it's not cool, it's not hard. The floor outside's hard, a steel pole's hard. You know what I mean? Like, we aren't hard as people, so let's just have a think, eh? Before you go and pick a knife up and take it out with you, so that's someone's son, someone's brother, someone's sister, someone's daughter. It's just becoming pathetic, and it's really. It hurts me when I look at the news and I see these people and I see their families, because I can remember how my mum felt. So you sort of relate to it, but yeah, just my word to everyone is let's just all use this a bit more instead of using them knives. And yes, use this. If you got a problem with someone, come down to your local boxing club, speak to the man in charge. He'll be an old boy. He'll say, look, if you've got a problem, put some gloves on, jump in the ring, do a bit of training, learn a bit of discipline.
If that wasn't a traumatic enough experience, it was around 3 months later when you were at the Houses of Parliament, of course, for the GB ceremony, and you happened to be a witness. I think you filmed some of it as well, of obviously the horrendous knife attack at Westminster, Khalid Massoud. What do you remember of that, and kind of what impact did that have on what you'd already thought about kind of violence and so on?
I mean, some people would say that I attract trouble, but
we're not going to blame you for a terrorist incident.
I was just unfortunate to be there, and it was just a bit surreal, and it still is now, because you watch these films and stuff, and it was like a scene out of a film. It happened that quick, from a car crash, which I thought, we're in London, a lot of traffic, car crash normal, to people running, not too unnormal in London. People are always in a rush. To police officers running, there's something wrong here. The police officers are running. To a man coming around the corner with a big knife, 2 big knives, stabbing a police officer. Whoa, this is serious. Then someone coming out of nowhere shooting the guy with the knives. All of a sudden, being locked inside the House of Parliament, looking on our phones and seeing that there'd been a terrorist attack on the bridge, and then everyone's phone going blank, thinking, we're in a real life movie here. Do you know what I mean? Like, and it was awful, at the time, it didn't really sink in, and then afterwards, you think the lives that were lost and the people that were hurt, and like I say, it's the similar thing to the knife crime, the terrorist attack. I'm not trying to compare them to each other, but it's the families and of the victims that you feel sorry for, and these are innocent people a lot of the time. I'm not saying always innocent people, because there's a lot of bad things happening, especially in the knife crime situation. It's sort of a lot of it's gang related and whatnot, but in the terrorist attack, it's just innocent people and stupidness of people that have been brainwashed, and crazy people that walk past you every day and you might not even know about it. So it was a real another wake up call, but it was just a sad time because there was a lot of tears. I've seen a lot of tears and a lot of hurt and a lot of people injured, and I think to myself, we're very lucky that it didn't escalate into anything more than it was. So I'm thankful for that. But devastating time, terrible times for everyone involved, and I just got nothing but love for the families that lost someone on that day.
On a brighter note, how old's your daughter now and how's she getting on?
Yeah, she's 2.5 now. She'll be 3 in December. She is a character. Let's put it that way. She's at that age now where she's trying to boss me around. I'm trying to lay down the law, but I think I've been one of them daddies that has give the daughter everything. Too young, she's had everything she's ever wanted, and now it's biting me in the back now because what she wants she gets. But yeah, we got a lovely relationship. Don't see her as much as I'd like to. I've split from a mother.
Training hard, of course, as well.
Hard up here all the time, but we make it work for each other. I love her, she loves me, and her and my new partner, they get on so well, and which is a massive blessing for me. So yeah, she's the world, she's everything, and all this one day, I wanted to come here in a few years' time and see my picture right here. So that's what it's all for.
Brilliant. And for people that want to know a bit more about you, obviously you've said quite a fair bit about your history and stuff. I think people will be interested. How can they find you on social media? Yeah,
it's Instagram at Big Fraze Boxer, same on Twitter, and just Frazer Clarke on Facebook. More an Instagram user, so you'll see me snapping away, and a lot of
just before this interview, in fact.
A lot of the time, it's not always so serious. Not all boxing. There's more to my life than that, but a lot of the time, it's just showing you what this sport does for me. It took me all around the world. Little fat kids from Burton like myself don't get to go around the world doing what they love, so I've been very lucky. So have a look at the Instagram, give the pictures a like, and come on the journey.
And just last question, who's bigger in Burton, you or Nigel Clough?
Cloughie and me? Yeah. There's no comparison. Nigel's way above me. No, Cloughie's a legend, isn't he? So I'd like to think I'm up there. I'll get him there, but at the minute, yeah, he's a legend for life in Burton.
Brilliant. All right, well, we wish you all the best, and we'll look forward to the Worlds and hopefully the Olympics too.
I appreciate it.